Today, we're going to be tying up a realistic caddis pattern, and if you'd like to win this one, comment #flies in the comments below. We'll start off with some olive thread, secure it to our hook shank, snapping the excess free, and wrapping well into the bend of our hook. Here, we'll reverse our thread's direction, back up towards the hook point, and grab some clear monofilament wire. Secure the wire to the side of your hook shank, wrapping back towards the bend of the hook. Set it aside, wrap back up towards your hook point, and grab some pheasant tail. We'll strip away one fiber, securing it to the side of the fly, and wrapping back towards the bend of our hook. Once again returning your thread once complete. Repeat this process to the other side. You want to ensure that the pheasant tail is strictly on one side of your hook shank. Once again bring your thread forward and start to build up a body transition. Doing so by wrapping all the way forward up towards our hook point, reversing your directions, and wrapping back just about to our starting point. Repeating this process several times will help you build up a smooth transition. You can make this as thick or as thin as you'd like, but having some sort of transition will help in our next step. We'll then grab some latex, securing it to the side of our fly, and once again wrapping back towards the tail of our hook. Bring your thread forward, ensuring that you cover as much latex as possible in the process, and continue building up the body transition. With this complete, we'll finish with our thread just in front of the hook point, grab our latex, and begin to wrap it forward in close touching spirals, allowing the latex to overlap itself slightly. That'll continue building up the body transition, and also give the pattern a segmented, grubby look. Continue this process until you reach your thread. Once happy, we'll secure it tightly in place with our thread, and snip the excess free by pulling your latex tight and snipping it off with your scissors. Cover up your tag ends, wrapping back on the latex slightly. Next, we'll grab our pheasant tail, folding them over, and using our fingers to hold them to the side of the fly. We'll secure it tightly in place with our thread. Grab our monofilament wire, and wrapping it forward in open spirals. This will help secure our pheasant tail in place, and further its segmented look. Once we reach our thread, we'll secure it in place, and snip the excess free. Doing so with the pheasant tail as well. Next, we'll grab a partridge feather, strip away some fibers, and secure them to the underside of our fly, helping to create the legs of our pattern. Snip the excess free, and grab some dubbing. Here, we're using a green chartreuse. Create a dubbing noodle, and begin wrapping this just in front of our latex body. Before moving forward, we'll color in the back of our fly using a brown Sharpie. Once happy, brush out your dubbing slightly to give it a nice, buggy look. We'll then grab some monofilament fishing line, cut away a small piece, and use a lighter to carefully burn out some eyes. You can do so by carefully heating up the mono with a lighter while avoiding burning it completely. Start by doing this on one side of the mono, and then the other. The trick is to use a piece that's small enough, generally about an inch long section, that'll help ensure that you don't have too much excess material. With your monofilament eyes complete, we'll secure them to the upper side of our fly using our thread. Doing so by wrapping around it in a figure 8 pattern, ensuring that it's oriented in the right direction before locking it in too tight. Next, we'll grab some thin skin, cut them out into a wing-like shape, and secure them to one side of our fly. This will mimic the wing case of the emerging caddis. Secure it tightly in place, and do so to the other side. With this complete, we'll create another dubbing noodle and begin to wrap this just in front of our wing case before brushing it out to give it a nice, buggy look. We'll then grab another section of our pheasant tail and secure it to the upper side of our fly, starting by securing one piece and then another. We'll secure these both tightly in place before snipping the excess free. Once complete, wrap back on it slightly to give it a brush back look, and create another dubbing noodle that will start wrapping forward until we reach the eyes. We'll then whip finish to hold everything tightly in place, and add a little bit of UV resin to add some durability to our pattern. Fix in place with a UV light, and grab a pair of tweezers to bend our legs to give them a better look, and finish by coloring in the eyes with a black Sharpie to add in a little bit more detail. And this is a caddis pattern that looks exceptionally good in the fly box, but does take some work to complete. But if you're into fly tying, it can be a fun project, and I'd highly encourage you to give it a try. Thank you for watching, subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one.